for both of them.
Yeah, and it's also pretty comfortable, I think.
Yeah. Good way to feel at your opponents. Though these guys have played before as we get into it on Battlefield. And, yeah, kind of starting off just like I think it's, you know, feels like a heavyweight, and you've got like this, you know, little flyweight just kind of flying all around you, you know, throwing out these aerials, and, you know, you tend to take a little bit more of a static position than you normally do with Marth. Just because Pikachu has just such mobility advantage over you.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of playing against Captain Falcon, where Pikachu...
Two Thunders? No way, okay.
Yeah. Where Marth doesn't really want to, wants to keep facing Falcon and doesn't want to dash back as much, just because both Pikachu and Falcon are pretty good at calling that out with their good mobility and speed, and they can overshoot Marth that's facing away from them and basically punish them for free.
Right, just as we were saying earlier, there's some really interesting off-ledge stuff coming out, and then Marth finds a really good reversal just right off the bat. That counter basically just straight up killed. That was nuts. I can't believe more Pikachus don't try at least a side B just to get a little closer to the stage. I'm sure they know a lot better than I do about how dangerous that move can be, but either way, 3 stocks apiece. And 2Framez, I think, is going to have to stack on about 10 hits to make up the percent differential already building up for Reeve.
Yeah. Okay, so he's juggling him, he has him above him, which is, I feel like, the position you always want, regardless of matchup where you want Marth to be. His coming down moves aren't exactly great. Good patience by 2Framez there, not immediately pulling the trigger on the up B and getting stuffed by Reeve's F smash.
Unfortunately, though, he's struggling, just kind of like Golden was last match, on getting in, honestly. The few times he has gotten in, Reeve has been able to, you know, either position himself ever so slightly to get either a shield grab after, or, you know, 2Framez really wants to cross up with a nair, you know, come up with an up air afterwards, but he's not been, you know, very able to do so far.
Yeah.
Reeve keeping him in his sights in front of him and in that nice, juicy, sweet spot range for his sword. And I think 2Framez might need to think about changing up some timing, or... I'm not sure exactly what else he can do, but he's living on some pretty hard reads right now.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so he's off stage, and that was
sick
kind of
angle and a great spike.
Yeah, and it's closer to even now. If he can get maybe a couple more of those, he can turn this around. Ooh, that was almost really good by Reeve, but he picks it up, and now he's choosing an edge guard situation.
Oh, he actually almost could have had a really big gimp there.
Ooh. Oh, he almost kidnapped him.
Jeez. He's just missed ever so slightly on some of these spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just struggling to get in, unwilling to kind of pressure forward, and yeah, Reeve just putting out this wall of steel that this electric mouse can't get through.
And
side B's.
He's walling well whenever Pikachu wants to go in, but he's also he's reading when 2Framez wants to dash back, and is taking space very well with that, with like the wave dash forward down tilt. So he has a good read kind of on what 2Framez' habits are, I think.
Oh, actually, low profiling the up tilt, which definitely would kill at 195. Now with a chance of reversal, Reeve's gonna burn his jump, goes on high, all of a sudden some percent stacking up. Not much, mind you, it's still Pikachu after all, but, you know, he's kept the stock for 200%, man. 200.
Yeah.
Pikachu should not be living this long.
Against Marth, though, it can happen. Ooh.
Did
trying
you
to be
see that?
Cute there. Yeah, trying to be a little cute, but... oh, yeah.
Man, 2Framez pulling out some of that instant transmission stuff.
That was interesting. Okay, so he's pushing him forward a little bit, but 2Framez gets out. Yeah, he's just pushing forward a little too much in those situations. If he's going into Marth's range. Oh, but he steals the ledge, and
I mean, despite how lopsided it was at one point, 3 stocks to 1, it's or sorry, 4 stocks to 2, it's basically even right now.
Yeah, Martha is one of the best neutrals in the game, but if you can't like kill whoever you're beating in neutral, then
yeah, it doesn't mean much.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2Framez actually rolls in, gets some crouch cancels off, even at a high percent for a nice opening on a down smash, and actually just tries to do it again right there, but just a little too high to survive. Dancing Blades. God, he just needs to get in. He finally gets it. Has a chance here. Pulls the trigger and gonna miss though. All right, so if anything we can go by, 2Framez has another 50-60% in the tank right now. He just only has so many more opportunities to get in.
Knocks him down. Oh, but he commits a little too hard. That's kind of what Marth wants to do in those situations. He can kind of just stand there waiting with Nair, and Pikachu has a hard time challenging that.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to whiff punish it, but because it auto cancels, it's hard to whiff punish. You kind of have to read what he's going to do after.
Well, Reeve finally doesn't get low profiled. Up to will kill, and man, every single time Pikachu dies, that scream, it just takes a little out of your soul, you know?
Yeah,
It's
for
so,
sure.
It brings me back to, you know, Saturday morning cartoons as a kid, watching, you know, Pokemon on the big CRT.
Oh man, that's nostalgia right there. How old are you, Zan?
I am just a little bit older than this game. I'm 26.
Okay. Okay, that's like considerably older than this game. Yeah, because I'm 21 and I'm older than this game too.
Yeah, but just barely.
Yeah.
All right, talking about just barely. Let's talk about how 2Framez is just barely being boxed into this corner. That was a great transition, chat. Nobody can say anything.
I love Thunder Jolt. I love the angle that it goes at. It's just so unique. There's nothing quite like it in Melee. Because the
Is
other
it like
profile,
60 degrees?
yeah, so it goes at like kind of the same angle that Sheik's needles do, aerial needles do, but then it travels along the ground, which is like so interesting to me.
Oh, so it's still a 45 degree then. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 45, and if it's not, it's close to it. Okay, yeah, he nares him, but then whiffs the grab. Pikachu's grab is so bad. A little while ago, I was playing a little bit of Pikachu, and every time I would feel like I deserved the grab, and it would whiff every time.
It's definitely the shortest in the game.
Is it the shortest?
Yeah, I do believe it is tied for the shortest.
Okay. This stage is not good.
Oh, that's a risky air dodge. I'm surprised he wants to bring the fight to Marth at 150. He's still getting just completely boxed out. Same problems as kind of game number 1. 2Framez just... How can he get in? I'm not sure, but Reeve is doing such a great job of, you know, these retreating aerials.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to go down into the pit like he is now, but Reeve kind of had a read on that and then prevented him from doing that. And because of that, he had to do the air dodge. Okay, so he's in the corner, Pikachu shield looking small.
Yeah, actually a really smart, you know, attempt to go super low, make Reeve have the right timing on forward smash, and...
Yeah.
Oh, actually it's such a good punish, but still has plenty of time. 3 stocks apiece, and despite the percent differences being 200 to 70, you know, stock's a stock. Doesn't quite matter.
Oh yeah, if that's kind of what you have to do against Marth, I think in general, is take advantage of his weakness, where sometimes his kills aren't super straightforward.
Alright, well, as the 530 kind of tips forward, we're going to have another transformation in just a, I think about 20 more seconds. And in the meantime, Pikachu needs to get as much work done as he possibly can before more stalemates come out and give, you know, this momentum a break, and God, maybe it's already too late.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to force his way in now, instead of patiently whip punishing Marth.
That was a 3-piece combo straight to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, you can tell he's just because of how the way he's forcing it, it kind of looks like 2Framez.
Thought that up smash was the tree.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
What the what?
Yeah, we'll see what he does here. He still can win. Like, all he needs to do is live for a while and then maybe gimp him or something. But yeah, it's not looking great, especially if he just forces his way into his wall every time.
I was gonna say, if they either attack through the tree,
That's
it's
funny.
the biggest bait. That's the most 18 deserved percent I've ever seen a Pikachu get. Alright. One thing is that 2Framez has gone for that same back throw, hop, you know, dare kind of a gimp attempt so many times now. It'd be really nice to see him fake a different thing or at least threaten something else, because every single time Marth just insta-hopped out of there.
Okay. Do you know if that's real or not?
I mean, Reeve was clearly showing us that it wasn't, so...
Yeah, you never know. Like, I see Axe do stuff like that all the time, but maybe it's a partially a net play thing and partially just his execution's worse in general.